This episode is all about why you should care about video production. And I'm not just talking about content creators. So let's dive in. Hello and welcome to the Production Room, the podcast where we talk about all things video production. I'm Nick Palkowski, event production manager by day and fan of all things video, well, all the time. So today on the show, I really wanted to talk to you about why you should spend time really caring about your video production. And I'm not just talking about content creators. Obviously, if you're a content creator, your video production and the quality of your production is going to matter. But I think even and probably even more, especially if you are a professional, you really need to be thinking about the quality of the video and the kind of the production that you're putting out into the world. And I think that you should be making it a big priority in the work that you're doing. Our world more than ever is all about video. If you're at an organization, you're likely having Zoom and Teams meetings pretty regularly. And if you're a coach or a freelancer, those same meetings, those video conference meetings are basically essential. And you wouldn't walk into an in-person meeting, a business meeting, dressed in your pajamas. Well, a lot of people are doing essentially the same thing with their video quality in those video meetings. And I'm not talking purely about like camera resolution in terms of your video quality. I'm talking about much more than that. I'm talking about really that whole package when you think about your production. Your framing, your lighting, your sound, your background. All of those elements really play a key role in the quality of the video that you're presenting, in the way you're presenting, kind of that first impression you're giving, and it goes beyond just that first impression, but really the presentation that you're giving. All those things are a factor, and I know it can seem overwhelming, especially if you're not into production or if you're not, kind of a techie sort of person. Those elements can definitely seem overwhelming. It can seem like way too much to figure out and to take on, but it doesn't have to be that way. It can be stripped down and it can be simple if you just follow a few simple principles. Last episode we talked a lot about the importance of having systems, and really what you can do is apply kind of a version of that and create a system around your video production, around your Teams meetings, around your Zoom meetings that will elevate that quality of that video. And really, I think the best way to do that, the kind of version of that system, is to create a studio set. Some sort of studio setup. And it doesn't mean you need a whole big room. It can be at your desk. You can, just use kind of their desk little setup and the wall behind you and create a nice little space that is that system that you can sit down at, and it can be as simple as pushing one button and everything everything looks good and everything is easy for you to set up and run your meetings and look very professional. A great studio setup can do a lot more than just make your videos look good. It really does things like elevate your image. It can bolster your professionalism, and it can command the respect of your audience, whether that's one person on the other end of that Zoom meeting or an audience of YouTube subscribers. This, I think, is important to people this day and age. Like, it's just important to really anybody who is online right now to really think about what type of image are you presenting, in whether it's in those meetings or whether you're actually recording content. When you look kind of that world class, when you look that professional, people take you more seriously. And having a studio setup can actually reduce the amount of work. I think when we talk studio setups, people can think of it's going to be, so much effort, it's going to be so difficult, it's going to take time. Well, when you set things up correctly, kind of in that right way, it can actually reduce the amount of effort that it takes to record that video or to jump on a meeting, because you can have things set up in a way that, again, potentially even as simple as pressing one button. But when you create systems around things, it makes things easier. Uh, so I think it's important that no matter where you are, that if you are producing content, and I include attending meetings in in that stuff as well in this scenario, um, it's going to be easier and faster than it ever could be before if you take the time ahead of time to think about what your studio setup actually looks like. And this really is a topic that I'm very excited to dive into on this channel, and it's going to be coming up pretty regularly. But even more specifically than that, if you happen to watch the last episode again where I talked about systems, great little precursor to this. But in that episode, I did mention that I'm working on a build your own studio course. This is going to, and I just wanted to expand on what that is, and what I'm planning for it, and kind of what you can expect from that here. So first, as you can maybe tell or might have guessed, I'm not actually at home right now. I am on the road, so I'm in San Diego for the next several days, and really this is kind of the kickoff to my travel season. Again, we're back on the road, traveling a decent amount, and really getting prepared right now, getting prepared for the biggest event of the year, which happens at the beginning of March. So all really busy kind of getting ready for that. And then right after that, I have one of our other bigger conferences about 2 weeks after that. So the travel season's in full swing. The event season's in full swing for me. So that means there's not a lot of extra free time. But this course and this channel, getting these episodes specifically out every single week, is a priority for me. So it's something that I want to put that effort in. Again, sometimes these are going to be very short episodes because I don't have a lot of time that week for whatever reason because of what's going on with the day job. But again, it's a priority. So I want to make sure I'm getting this stuff done. So I just want you to know that you're going to be receiving regular episodes, and getting this course out is also kind of one of those priorities, something that I really want to focus on and put some effort into, and I've made good progress on so far. So what is this course? What's it going to look like? It's going to be designed as a 5-day email course. So this is a free course. You don't have to pay anything for it. You just have to put your email in and I'll send it to you over email. It's going to consist of 5 videos that are going to dive into different elements of things you need to know when crafting your own studio. We're going to talk about lighting. We're going to talk about backgrounds. We're going to talk about microphones. We're going to talk about cameras. We're going to talk about all those different elements to make sure you have a really solid understanding of what it takes to kind of put that studio together, and look your best, look professional, because again, I think that's a huge piece in your having pride in that video presence and really looking good is going to help people take you more seriously, and it's going to help open doors, frankly, for you, whether you're a content creator or in that professional world. So right now, the course is not ready yet. I am in the middle of mapping out a lot of the videos, mostly done with that, but this is a good time. If you happen to have any specific questions, feel free to send them my way. This is a good time where I could potentially add things or maybe tweak things up a little bit to make sure I'm answering any questions you might have. But you can join the waitlist right now. So I want to encourage you to go do that. To join the waitlist, simply go to nickpalkowski.com/studio, and as soon as the course is ready, it'll be sent out to you there. That email list will also make sure you're updated on when I release new YouTube videos and new podcast episodes. It's basically just a weekly email, signing up for a weekly email list, but you'll get the course as soon as that is ready. And that's really kind of what I'm thinking about here at the moment, is just wanted to make sure and talk to you a little bit about the importance of having that video presence and the importance of having that pride in the way you look. There's oftentimes it frustrates me when I see leaders presenting themselves with really crappy video quality and trying to be taken seriously when they're struggling with the way, and they're walking around in their pajamas for a board meeting, basically, is what it kind of feels like at times. So I think this is something that is important to anybody right now, and I really hope you join me on this journey. You subscribe to the channel, make sure you don't miss any of this stuff, because I'm going to be talking about this on the channel pretty regularly as well, and different little tweaks and gear and doing gear reviews and stuff like that to help you improve that quality. But if you really want to get started right away, if you want to kind of have everything in one spot, this 5-day email course is going to be for you. So join the waitlist, nickpalkowski.com/studio, and I will see you in the next video.